It's currently 11:14 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, December 1st, 2025. And this is another general timeless intuitive reading for my soul tribe, divine divinity, and whoever else resonates with any of these messages. Anything that resonates, you want to be sure that you're going within and to the Holy Spirit of the Most High for confirmation as to how the messages, energies, vibrations, and frequencies pertain to you and your personal situation. Okay, it's how we create and foster an intimate one-on-one relationship with the Most High while simultaneously exercising our discerning intuitive muscle. Okay, if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't lose it, then those aspects of your energetical spiritual abilities are significantly weak. I'm hearing malnourished. Somebody's malnourished. Somebody could be dehydrated. 111 on the clock timer. Your God energy, embodying the essence of who you are on a soul level, mind, body, and soul. The bang to the boogie of your beat, your zhuzh. Okay. So you're definitely in that energy because we have, I'll get to these cards that I'm showing you in a minute. 133 on the clock timer, you could be seeing that as one of your synchronizations. If so, then this message is for you. 141 on the clock timer and 144. You could be seeing any of those. Shout out to my fellow chosen ones, earth angels, light workers, healers, shamans. Okay, alchemists, which shamans are healers, okay, alchemists, and my fellow starseeds, Pleiadian, Lyran, Lemurian, Orion, Syrians, the Greys, Andromedans, even reptilians, because everything ain't all good or all bad, okay? So 217 on the clock timer, something about Springfield, Illinois, 219, and Indiana, okay? 222 on the clock timer. It has something to do with union, companionship, partnership energy. 227, there's no place like home. Of course, we know that home is where your heart is, where you're safe, where you're protected, where you're encouraged and inspired and cared for unconditionally, okay? Without tolerance of toxicity and or neglect, okay? If none of those things abide, then that place for masculine, it's not your home. It's simply a place to be temporarily, okay? Because we don't ever want to settle roots in that type of toxic environment. We've lived our entire life, if not most of it, dealing with those energies. 303 on the clock timer, something about Boulder, Colorado, or BC before Christ. Okay, somebody needs a BC, a goody powder, or something like that. Okay, 316 on the clock timer. It's giving me John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Okay, so somebody wants you to martyr yourself for their sins, for their egregious acts of injustices. Okay, so that's very baffling to me, and it also leads me to where I want to go. Okay, so in the previous videos I was telling you all, we were talking about this coven of witch bitches and them throwing magic and doing all this spell work and shit like that. And in the last video, which I need to go ahead and get that uploaded as well, 408 on the clock timer, something about Santa Clara, California, and or county. Anyway, that you could tell the energy signature behind spell work if it's from the same coven or not. Okay, my particular reaction, and I'll discuss it, okay, and I'll go into it on this video. When spell work is being done on me, a significant level, okay, we've always said that you are not going to feel the full effects of whatever the spell work is. You may feel a pinch of it, 444 on the clock timer, because you're divinely protected, okay, and guided, okay. Your foundation is protected Okay, that's this tower in the reverse. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, as long as you continue on the trajectory of your divinity. Okay, this is also fourth house energy, Cancer, and the moon illusions. Dispelling these illusions using our intuitive prowess and prowess. Okay, somebody says you're the most prowess intuitive reader that they have ever met for masculine. And I say unto you, touche, bitch, touche. Because those of us in this energy, we're doing the damn thing. Okay. And I have to echo the ones that I've been channeling and that has been showing up for me. If not us, then who? Okay, well, that's not what they said, but that's what I just channeled right now. If not us, then who? Okay, because they're not going to do it. They've been offered, okay? Chance after chance after chance to change their circumstances. They don't want to do that. That's fine. That's their business. I just saw 555 on a clock timer. Upcoming changes for your highest good and expansion. Fifth house energy, Leo and the sun. Shout out to my fellow Leo, sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, okay? Leo, sun, and other placements. Now, also Leo, north node, okay? 616 on the clock timer, 1213, that breaks down to 13 endings. Okay, this shit coming to a motherfucking end. Okay, but as I was saying, you could tell the energy signature behind the spell word by the reaction that you have. Okay, I guess there are two. For me, it's when I, all of a sudden out of nowhere get diarrhea. That because when I almost died, what, 2022 I came here the first time. So 2021, if not 2020, is when I went into the hospital at 107 pounds because my good gay grandson, Eric Bashan Davis, was poisoning my food with the drink, blood. 707 on the clock timer. You could be seeing that, or 77 is significant. I saw 708 as well. Okay, so, the south suburbs of Chicago, 717. You could be seeing that as well. Okay, divinity. Okay, with this sun energy exposing the dirty work. Anyway. So, yeah. It has a particular energy signature behind it. So pay attention to your physical reactions during times where spell work is at an all-time high, so to speak. Okay, and that will give you a clue as to who's sending the energy. Now, a lot of these witch bitch covens, they're like a fraternity and sorority. They have different chapters for different areas. So depending on the area that you're in experiencing these attacks, you can trace that with the physical reaction against your intuition and discernment, and then trace it back to the individuals. Okay, there's a footprint. Just like when you do anything in technology, I don't care how many times people wipe their systems, delete this, delete that, and the other, I don't care. There's always a fingerprint. Fuck the footprint. There's always a fingerprint left behind. And that file will be very small, maybe 1 byte. But that 1 byte contains all of the information that was done with a file that has been deleted. So no, we don't need the entire file. We don't need the entire, you can never fully delete anything. And any intelligent tech will tell you that. Nothing's ever gone forever when it comes to the World Wide Web and technology. On our computers, no, it's not. It's simply not. So bun, y'all done. I'm going to say that on that. Okay, delete it all you want to, sweet bitches, but it's not gone. The evidence is in and judgment is coming. Now, so my energy signatures, diarrhea and all of that shit. But it brings me to, I remember either the night of that particular attack, 916 on the clock time, or something about a Virgo, my raggedy ass mother, that's her birthday. Okay, if it wasn't that night, the attack of the spell work, then it was the night before. And I had a dream. It was from a karmic intuitive reader from YouTube that I happen to know that is mirroring me and was trying to siphon my energy. So he shows up in the dream And he's like, all very menacing. And he's like, you don't know who I am. And, I'm confused. I'm a little scared in the dream because it's like I know him, but I don't know him. And then he's like, I'm the person that has been mirroring you. And he's just very taunting, very antagonizing, but in a very menacing, maniacal way. And, I'm fearful because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I knew what was going on, but I didn't know what was going on. Like, shit, it's been you all this time. Why? I don't even like know you like that. Like, we don't know each other at all outside of the intuitive community on YouTube, on social media. So, what's good? So he started doing this taunting thing, trying to tell me that that this thing that's going to be revealed to me and us, because as much as we know with our own intuition, 1040 on the clock, 1041, so 141, something about your taxes and your business, okay, chosen ones. So he was trying to convinced me that I was a karmic. I was mirroring him. He was the real chosen one. He was the real earth angel shaman. Starseed 1101 on the clock timer, 111. Okay, you could also be seeing 101 as one of your syncs as well, if you're masculine. If so, this is for you. And he's just like hammering down on me. And I'm just like, no, it can't be. I can't be that evil person, because you're trying to convince me, like, dude, your head, you're not living in reality. You don't know who you are. I'm the real divine one. And I'm just looking like, nah, this can't be. In my dream, I'm crying. I'm like, this can't be. I can't be that horrible person that in my mind, I've been in spiritual warfare. Like, this just cannot be. Okay. And then the dream just dissipates. Okay. Because I wouldn't, in my dream state, lucid or not, there is always an aspect of me that is conscious and aware that I'm in dream state and what's going on. And I refuse to accept accountability for all this karmic, malicious, malevolent shit that has been going on, that I know that I don't have the heart to. December 10th could be significant, 12/12 on a clock timer. Okay, and that's when the dream ended. So following that dream, that's when the spiritual attack happened with these witch bitches or whatever. Okay, so pay attention to your dream state. I want to say that and reinforce that, because there's always hints and clues as to what's going on behind the scenes in your dream states. Okay, fem masculine. Something, you're a dream walker. And I can't remember which reader said it, but when they said it, it immediately resonated. We're dream walkers. Those who resonate with this energy, we can walk through dreams, okay? And I thought to myself when I heard that, I said, that's why that bitch had a dream catcher when I was over there, because I'm a dream walker. It's, things are, other pieces of the puzzle are coming together so that we can see the entire picture. 1313 on the clock timer, and that which we see, we know there's endings coming. Not for us though, but for these bitches who think that it's okay to antagonize us. Okay, we get it, you don't like us, so what? Guess what? We don't like you either, ho. But we're not attacking you. Okay, if you feel like 1331 on a clock timer, mirroring energy, a big fat ass copycat. Okay, we don't like you either, ho, but we not attacking you. And these people think that our rejection of them is an attack. No, boo boo, it's self-preservation. Okay, and a conscious decision not to entangle us with that type of fuck shit ass energy. Been there, done that, will not return. 1404 on the clock timer, and that in and of itself felt like an attack to them, because what, you're not entitled to us, mind, body, or soul, bitch. We don't owe you any part of us. 1414 on the clock timer. That's 5 and 5. Upcoming changes for our highest good and expansion. 5th house, Leo and the sun, exposing the dirty work. Success, creativity. We're highly creative as well. Creativity, romance, fun and play. And again, exposing the dirty work. 10, 5 and 5 together, that's 10, completion. 10th house, Saturn and Capricorn. What is that for masculine? Ladies, have be a gentleman or not. That is karma and the devil. Obsessions, indulging and overindulging. Okay, and there's a difference between indulging and indulging to overindulge. Okay, we don't do that. I indulge in whatever the fuck I want to, when I want to, how I want to, because I deal with my shit. I go in my shadows. I do my dark nights of the soul, bitch. I'm not running, hiding from anything. And that's why I am blessed to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And so are you, for masculine. If you are in this vibrational frequency, 1515 on the clock, 66, 12, 12th house, the unknown, what they don't know about karma and spirituality, they about to find out. Okay, so let's get to these cards, though. There was something else I wanted to mention. The Holy Spirit, if it's apt for this reading, bring it back to my remembrance. So I'm showing you the cards as I'm talking. So now I want to go ahead and review. So we got in the past here, we got 7 of Swords in the upright. That's theft, attempted theft, manipulations, and deceit. Ain't nothing true or honest about a bitch that's in this energy. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And they were doing a lot of talking, falsifying a lot of records, tarnishing a divine being's name, and even not so divine being's name, but innocent people's name. They're just running amok on their name and their energy. Okay, you felt each and every one of those swords. Look, you got 5 swords on your back and 1 sword in each lower leg, pinned into the ground. These lies, this deceit was debilitating at best, okay? And trust me, if you know like I know, baby, if they were to walk not even a mile in the shit that we've been through, they couldn't take. In this energy, there is a Queen of Swords in the reverse here that's active. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay, this is a very manipulative. This is the bitch that's for some of you in certain specific areas of your life. This could even go back to previous past lives up into the now present energy. This Queen of Swords in the reverse, bitch, this is the one that was playing with your head. I saw something about MK Ultra. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Whatever it is, it was mental manipulation by lies, manipulations, and deceit. Very cruel. This person, nasty as karmic feminine energy, male or female, was very hateful. Is very hateful. Even right now, this is the bitch that's like calling shots. Okay, you see what they don't get is Tower in the reverse, hun bun. Y'all done. You doing all of this. You doing way too much, and it's still not enough, bitch. You're not gonna win. Get it in your head, okay? Now, the next row here, from the past, they were lying to a Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, somebody that's attracting and allowing a whole lot of abundance right here. Preach of comfort, security, ain't never gonna have to want for anything ever again. This Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, in the upright, mind you, okay? You got to know your energy, bitch. Just if you one of those signs, it don't mean that you a Queen of Pentacles in the upright, hun bun, okay? You got to gauge your energy and where you stand on the spectrum of alignment. Okay, but this one, they did all of this shit in the past to stop us from attracting and manifesting here. But see, in this now present energy here, this Page of Pentacles in the reverse is under this Queen of Swords in the reverse. Bitch, his or her seeds will not come to bloom. They done sabotaged their own harvest, bitch. You didn't tend to your harvest. You was too busy up in our shit. Now, when you are banished and you have to go back to where you came from, you ain't got nothing to go back to. Ain't nothing there because you didn't handle your own business. You was too worried about our shit, bitch. Okay, that's exactly what you get. The very tip of it. Talk about just put the tip in. No, ho, not in that. No, thank you. 10 of Wands in the upright. Under the Tower in the reverse. You see, the reason our shit is protected, bitch, is because we heard the trumpet sound. And when we heard that, bitch, we answered the call. Ho? Is it easy? Hell to the motherfucking no. But I wouldn't change it for anything. Because I love myself unconditionally now. And thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, so this is what I also wanted to get at. So, I'm in my loins and shit. Mind you, I know the bitches are watching, okay, and recording and shit, and I know where they recording from. Nevertheless, and we got a bruja right here, okay? Y'all got all of this shit going on around little on me and it's still not working, and somebody still don't get it, okay? Anyway, okay, maybe when they hit prison, the dirt, or the psych ward, or a variation of all three in synchronized time. Okay, maybe then it'll get it. Something about 2012, 2013. Okay, but so I'm realizing, and I think for a lot of us, this is where we're going with this. Okay, 2027 on the clock timer, 227. There's no place like home. Okay, so I knew my family was rotten. I knew they were rotten to the core for quite some time now. It was only until, maybe a year ago, maybe pushing two, that I really realized I can't save them. They don't love me. They don't like me. They want me dead. Okay? That's not my family. I have to walk away from them. I have to orphan myself, because that's not my family. They would do the type of things that they've repeatedly done to me over and over again. They don't love me. And it took me, I'm 44 now, 42 years of my life maybe, to finally get that. Now, maybe 5 years ago, maybe a little beyond that, I knew, okay, yeah. I used to say Bryson as, a claim to fame. Yeah, I'm a Bryson. Used to be proud of that. And I'm still proud, because I'm taking back my name. Okay. But it's like, yeah, I'm a Bryson. When people back home hear Bryson, it's like, ooh, that's a Bryson. People know who we are. But I always had that sense of pride within them. I don't anymore. I mean, this treacherous, evil son of a bitches. I'm realizing, because ever since my scope of vision has expanded, and I was able to see and realize, especially I can't help it. I don't fuck with AI. I know that they have pros to it, but as of right now, I cannot fuck with AI. Why? Okay, if you know me and my content, then you know exactly why. They have used AI, allows these criminal ass motherfuckers that have violated and brutalized individuals sexually, record them without their consent or knowledge, drugging them, us, without our knowledge and or consent. They video record it. They use, I don't know how long they've been doing this shit with AI now, because, anywho, but it is a tool. That and CapCut is a tool as well. Something about football, okay, Suscitivo or something like that. Anyway, they do that. They use AI to hide our identity, and then they publish it on sites like Twitter X, Pornhub, Xtube.com, OnlyFans, and they get money for it. They get paid for the shit. Heftily, 2405 on a clock timer. That's my address as a kid growing up. 2405. 105th Street, 60617. Incidentally, baby, my neighborhood where I grew up from has been splattered all over the news lately. Yeah, that 24 on a clock timer, 66 is significant. Baby, I got some kids jumped the mama and her kids right at my elementary school, where not only I graduated from, but my twin sisters and my mother and all of the Brysons. We all went to that school. It graduated from that elementary school. It was right there on the news. Scrolling through Facebook one day. I'm like, why is my elementary school everywhere? They talking about this attack, and I'm just looking like it brought back so many memories. I remember when Jay, I'm not gonna say her name, we heard her mama screaming. We come outside, and that's when, Jay's father had been beating her mother, again. But this time he stabbed her to death right there on the street, right across the street from our school. Poor Janae and her little sister was just, we can do nothing but stand, watch. And for a long time, her blood was on that sidewalk. And then Jay just disappeared. Eventually she came back to school. That one that was on the news recently, Orville T. Bright School Elementary. Okay, on Bensley, 107th. Okay, Chicago, Illinois, 60617. And I remember when she walked into class, everybody just looked like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, and it wasn't like negative. It was like, we was just like, you don't need to be in school. Like, how could you come back to school and no less the school right across the street where I'm saying we, because I was there, but not all of the students was there. I mean, we had 1, 2, which was Rendra. Rendra, if you hear, you see this, I love you, I miss you, I know what it is, forgiven. Okay, Miss Claudia, then us, and then it was a long space because you had, the living room and shit in between the buildup of the project buildings, and then there was Janae. So she was, right? I know that I was lost for words. I was flabbergasted. Like, that bitch is strong as fuck to be in school. Because if that happened to my mama, if I saw that, if I knew that some of my classmates saw that, I wonder what's of her today. And I know I just took a segue deep into the left lane, but it is connected for some reason, okay? Somebody could have watched their parent be murdered. That could be the thing for you, one of you feel masculine, but I know my thing, okay, back to this Twitter X shit, okay? So it's like now, because y'all know me, I'm a freak by nature. I have no qualms about it, and I like to be a little slut bucket every now and then, but I don't be out in them streets like that. I would like to sometimes when I get in my little mood, but I sometimes I gotta settle for the blocker, and maybe a porn every now and then. Okay, but now when I watch porn, like, my eyes are so, my good cat eye, third eye, 6 chakra anjana, and baby is blown the fuck open. So now when I watch porn, I'm looking to see, okay, which one is me? Because I remember that. And for me particularly, this is going back all the way back into, okay, I graduated, well, my graduating class high school, CVS, Chicago Vocational High School, or Career Academy, and they changed the name midst of our tenure there. We was like, we the CVS, bitch. Fuck a CVCA. We CVS. So came out in 1999. So it's been going on since then, like 17, 18, because I saw a video when Rashid, however you say, Armo Brown, Rashid, aka Black Diamond, practically raped me. I mean, in the beginning of our sexual throes, it was consensual, but that dude was huge. And I was 17. I hadn't even turned 18 yet. Okay. And he was definitely the biggest thing that I had took. I was still a kid, well, and so he ripped me, and I remember telling him to stop, but he wouldn't stop. That's the point where it became non-consensual, because stop, no means no, and he didn't stop. And when I saw that video, because I was like, I remember this, and these idiots, let me tell you how stupid they are. They keep some of the original audio And I may be giving away something, but it's too late. The evidence is already in. The Fed's already on it. They would keep some of the... Bitch, I know how I moan. I know how I sound. Okay? And I may not have readily remembered, these memories may not have been to the fore of my mind. But bitch, when I see those videos now, I'm like, I remember that. I fucking remember that. And this video that I'm watching now, it was maybe last year. Could be before that. But I'm looking at these idiots. I'm looking at them. I'm like, you could clearly tell that they're giving me shit unbeknownst to me. Okay. Man, I'm like, dude, you is like lit. You is fucked up. And the way that they was handling me, I'm like, I remember all of this. 30:33 on the clock timer. 333. Spirit is fucking resonating. Gemini and Mercury. Okay, House of Communication. Oh yeah, baby. 30:45 on the clock timer. 345. We're in the right direction. And things are advancing. Okay, I'm getting 8th house energy. Somebody finna be put in the motherfucking dirt. Okay? But I'm watching this video. And I'm just looking like, I'm like, wow. And there's another mastermind behind this Queen of Swords in the reverse. It's a masculine. I think it's my ex, particularly. It could be somebody else. Keith Spates, the 6'4" Hazel Brown basketball build, masculine appearance, but could vogue down and dance. Very talented. And I told him for years, bitch, you need to model. I'm a photographer. Let's do something together. It could be me and you. We were together, oh God, what, 6 years, and then soul tied for decades after that. And even up until a couple of months ago when I finally cut him off. Ain't that a shame? I'm 45, and I've been dealing with that nigga since, I was a 20-something? He been in my energy. We were so toxic together. I gave as good as I got, if not better. I really did. That's why I got this scar on my lip after I pushed him through the wall. Okay. Anyway, but for me, I believe it's him. I know his energy. And up until I cut it off with him recently, anytime we had any sort of communication, online, text, or on the phone, he's always asking me something sexual. To this day, I ain't never had no sex like yours. You the best. You know it. Woo, woo, woo. Send me some pictures. That would be like, he would always make his way around that. Okay, even if I told him, like, well, I found out that my papa is my father, and not my grandfather, and that my father is my brother. Barely had a reaction to that. And in that same conversation, when you gonna send me some nudes? Really, bitch? Yeah, there was a part of me, an unhealed part of me, that was flattered by that, because it's like, because I always thought he was fine as hell. Everybody they knew he was fine. We was quite the couple back in the day, and people hated that we were together. Because if they didn't want him, they wanted me, or the both of us. Okay, because I had my own thing going on, in my own lane. Okay, but my primitive energy and my looks back then, I was awkward back then. I know who I am now, and I know how to rock my shit. I was learning back then. So people still view me as awkward, weird. I don't give a fuck about that, but you're still watching though, that part. But back then, I guess the fact that I was so, people would say I was a thug. I was filled with rage back then, so I was ready to pop off. I always carried a pistol, and it made these fake bitches feel safe around me, but I wasn't safe around them, obviously. Okay, anyway, I'm kind of rambling because I'm high as fuck. But again, whoever's behind this, like, recording shit, and if you resonate with this energy, it could be your ex, because I'm watching these videos. I know my sound. I know how I grown. People love to hear me in that vein. And I remember the two dudes, and I'm watching them, and the moans and shit are not syncing up. Then I hear this very low, masculine, maniacal voice in the background. I could hear him huffing and puffing. And it's like he's speaking through a microphone, giving them directions to do this, do that, or whatever. And see, like, these cameras that they use, they put them up in vents and shit. They're very small, very undetectable by the naked eye. Okay, and they're actually able to remote control move the camera around and things like that, so that they could get, multiple cameras set up all over the place. It's that type of shit, So I'm watching a video, and in the moment, because I'm high as fuck, depending on the time frame, I don't know. Well, I'll come back to that. But anyway, like, I could clearly see, like, dude, I'm looking at myself like, you are fucked up and you don't even know it. Like, you don't even fucking know it. Like, they like to, put stuff in their mouth, and, because they take the shit regular, so it's nothing new to them. And they, kiss you or put stuff on your on their fingers and, rub it up in your booty. You know what I'm saying? If you into that shit, fine and dandy, but let it be consensual. Let it be consensual, because if it's not, there's a whole stack of charges and violations involved here. Okay, so I'm watching them do this, and so, like, I'm remembering the moments, and I'm like, it makes sense now, because some of the shit that they was doing to me and how they was treating me, like, and he even said it, he was like, you're a wonderful flesh bag, or some shit like that. And I'm just laughing, like, oh, and I'm watching the way, because I was about them, okay? I'm watching the way that they fucking me, and how the dude is, like, getting the dude to, like, ram up in me, like, trying to hurt me, and I'm not hurt, like, because, bitch, I can handle my shit top or bottom, bitch. If you're gonna throw some dick, I'm gonna catch it. If you're gonna throw some, but I'm gonna throw the dick, and I hope that you catch it. It's that type of energy. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, but it was like homeboy got mad because I wasn't ooching and ouching in pain. Okay, so then, they making little comments back and forth, laughing, giggling, or whatever. It was a threesome. Okay, and in my eyes, and this is why I don't like doing threesomes, because it's that factor of it, or somebody gonna get in their feelings, or some other bullshit. Okay, now I've had threesomes in groups that occurred organically. Now those were fun. Okay, but it's not really my thing when I get into that, when I get into that freak mode to that extent. Okay, so yeah, they're making these little comments, jokes back and forth. Okay, if we're in a threesome, in my mind, we're all involved, right? So, like, they kept trying to, like, do this couple kiss thing or whatever, and I'm including myself, bitch, because I'm here too. I like to kiss too. So, I'm kind of like inserting myself. Well, I don't want to say inserting myself, because I'm already in the picture. They in me, front and back or whatever. Oh, bitch, no, I'm gonna be included and make sure that, okay. And that pissed them off, because dude, the main dude, okay, I saw the looks. I didn't see it, couldn't see it then, but I'm looking at it, the way he's looking at me, he's getting so fucking pissed off, angry, and just trying to get me to hurt. But I'm like, even in that state, I'm enjoying myself. Ugh, wow. Okay, so then, I'm doing all of this stuff, and just the way that they handled me, like, he was pushing me, and you could see his shit. He's pushing my head down in the pillow, like, as if trying to suffocate me. That's, because I kept wanting to be an active participant equally or whatever. Like, he was, like, literally pushing my head down, had his leg over my head, locked me down, like, to where I couldn't get up. And I was just, like, laying there for a minute. But the video, it's like 40 plus minutes long. And I'm right at the end, but I still got to finish it. But, so I'm just like, I'm hanging in there. I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior. They like, yeah, this nigga's still going. Like, what the fuck? Yes, bitch. Okay. So then I got into my sexual energy, like, for real. Because I guess what, the drugs and shit, like, had settled in Because, you know, initially it'll take you on that ride, but once it's settled, you know, depending on what substance it is, it's on a pop, and I'm just keeping it a buck. I ain't got a front for nobody. I ain't got shit to hide out. All my shit is out. Okay, I ain't got shit to hide. You can't snatch a skeleton out my closet, because I already did. It's on YouTube. It's on my websites. It's on my podcast, bitch. Okay, you can't get me, okay? Because they finna get got. Anyway, so now that I'm like in my sexual zone, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm looking right at the main dude while I'm doing my thing on his dude. And once I locked eyes to his eyes, I had him. I'm watching it. I'm like, damn, bitch. Even then, it's totally unconscious of who I am as a spiritual being having a human experience. I was nowhere near aware of that. But I had him at that moment, and I had to give myself 2 snaps, because I'm like, you got him, bitch. The dude that was a joke that y'all using and humiliating and making fun of, bitch, 4044 on a clock timer, 444. I was protected even then. Foundation protected, bitch. These illusions are being broken. We can see this shit now. What we couldn't see then, we can see it now. Okay? And baby, when I tell you I'm on his dude, but I'm looking him dead in his eye while I'm handling his dude. And he is locked in on me too, driving him crazy. Like, it was like, he was like, whoa. And then I had him, because the way that he came back to me, oh, he was making love. It wasn't no fucking there and try to fuck this little nigga up. No, I want this nigga for real. Like, who the fuck is he? I'm watching it like, okay, that's what people be talking about regarding me. I'm just like, this is so interesting. But it's that type of energy. All of this shit for all of these years, possibly for some of you going back to 1999, 41 on a clock timer, breaks down something significant too about when you were 41 or at the age of 41. When you get there, is going to be significant. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead with this reading, because we 41 minutes in. Thank you, ancestors. Okay, yeah, they agree. They want me to go on with the reading. Okay, so yeah, we got this here. So I left off with you answer the call. You heard the trumpet sound, you answer the call. And I will never not answer the call, bitch, because and that's not even the tip of the iceberg, the type of shit that we've been through. I'm realizing that I've literally been sexually trafficked ever since I was a child. Ever since I was a child. And this is our family behind this shit. Having us pass confirmation. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Having us passed around like some fucking sex toy. And I refuse, because of these experiences, for it to affect my sexuality and my sex life to the point to where I can't enjoy sex and pleasure, human physical pleasure. Oh yeah, because I'm not going to let that happen. You're not going to take that away from me. Yeah, 5 of Swords in the reverse here. Somebody wants us to forgive them, let them back in so that they can come and get another stab at it, okay? Forgiveness is for us and not the people who betrayed us. It releases us from perpetuating a continuous cycle of resentment, okay? So you could totally forgive a bitch, which I forgive all these bitches, because you ain't that important to me to hold a space in my energetical field, first and foremost. You old raggedy, nasty bitch, okay? I forgive each and every one of them, but I ain't forgot for the most part, and that which I have forgotten is coming back to my remembrance, because that prayer that I used to pray, Holy Spirit, I know what happened to me, I just don't want the memories, I want them now. Every memory I want, I'm ready for it. I can handle it. I know I can handle it. From my father, brother, to way back in my childhood, when I remember me and my sister Alexis being woken up in the middle of the night and chased into the pantry, because both me and Alexis were the bedwetters. The twins weren't. 4404 on a clock timer, 444, protection. Meditate more. Okay, you already could be. But yeah, it's a group of individuals here. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. That's in this energy, want our forgiveness so that they can come back in and try some fuck shit again. It's a no, sweet bitch. Okay, it's a no. Okay? But what they don't know is that there is affiliates that are on our side as well. Point of Pinnacle, yeah. Now the people that were affiliated with these raggedy assholes, they want to come work with us now. Yeah. They don't know how we're choosing peace and moving forward. 44 on the clock timer. Yeah, because it's our peace. We're not choosing to let them be peaceful because they not and they won't ever be ever again. What I say, ain't never again, sun in the reverse, that's pessimism, depression. That's for them. Us, chariot, forward movement, okay? Look at the picture here. We was brought in a wheelchair from our shadow. You see this figure here? We could have been emotionally lame for most of our life, handicapped, okay? But now we're getting up out that chair here. You see this? Light body, shadow core, okay, and we're something totally, y'all ain't seen nothing like us before, okay, because we got our light and our shadow equally. It's one. It's one. Okay, baby, so if you want these problems, come and get them, ho, because we not who you think we are. We not even who we think we are. Like, truly, people think it's all about the light. No, you can't have light without the shadow. You can't have the shadow without the light. And you can't have masculine without the feminine. Okay? That's why I say I'm proud to be a divine feminine. It's not about gender. It's energy. Divine feminine energy is a portal, period, point blank. It brings things into existence. The masculine plants the seed. That's the action. But, baby, that divine feminine is a whole portal in and of itself. And look what's coming through here. I see why they're scared now. 4 cups at the bottom of the deck. We sever ties, cut cords, and they feel the disconnection. Somebody ain't healed their inner child. Okay? Somebody blaming you for their loss of innocence or whatever. Fool in the reverse, they can't move forward, though. Speaking of moving forward, 6 of Swords in the reverse, we're moving on to calmer waters. 46 on the clock timer. That's 10-10 completion. And look at this. 6 of Wands from the bottom of the deck. And the upright, that's virility. We're going viral, baby. Household name. International vibes, okay? Famous. Very important people, okay? Yeah. And somebody, they in their head, baby. You could be visualizing, but people seeing ghosts, they mortified, they seeing dragons. This the bitch that having nightmares. Okay, they ain't, well, I mean, they already like a sociopath or something, which means they're functional to a certain extent and know what they're doing. And this is where they're at now with this 7 of Cups in the upright, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But they finna go full on batshit crazy here. This spell work, bitch. Magician in the reverse. It was a bad idea, hun bun. Y'all done. 2 of Swords in the reverse. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius from the bottom of the deck. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, having to choose between the lesser of 2 evils. It's either the devil or the demon, bitch. Or the entity. Which one, ho? 47 on the clock timer. What is that? 11. A master intuitive, bitch. Okay, and listen here. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Oh, these babies, poor things. They ain't gonna be able to eat. They ain't gonna be able to sleep, bitch, until they get in the dirt. And even then, they ain't no rest. Oh, it's only the beginning, baby. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was somebody that was copying you, plagiarizing your work. And I was up in my emails. I need to stay on my emails because I got an email recently over the past few days from a certain place that I used to go when I was on TV and do the acting gigs out in Culver City. Thank you for attending this event. I'm like, hold on. I haven't been. Who came up in my name? Possibly use some sort of AI filtered version of my license and worked in my name and got paid. Bitch, talking about you can add this to your IMDb. No, bitch, no, they can't because that ain't me. And I let them know. What event? What taping? Because that wasn't me. And I told y'all, we know that our shit's been hacked. Yeah, somebody took her. Okay, the world and the upright, we close this shit out. This injustice for the people that participated in this. And when I say participated, you can know something and have kept your mouth shut. You still gonna get the equal amount of punishment and karma that the ones who actually did it and organized it and all of that, they're getting the same amount of punishment for this injustice. Because if you knew, bitch, and you kept your mouth closed, you're a participant. Three of Swords in the heartbreak to any and all. Moon in the reverse. I told you these hoes scared as fuck. They miserable assholes. King of Wands in the reverse. He or she did something impulsive. What didn't I say? The devil, here it is in the upright. And bitch, we ain't scared of no devil. I done looked the devil in the eye so many times. It don't make no sense. I ain't scared of no devil, no demon, and not none of these bitches. Page of Swords in the upright. Curiosity informed the cat. There's intuitive psychic investigator, which would be me or you, in your situations, or an undercover agent working behind the scenes that know all of this shit. Missed opportunity. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They missed it. It's up and it's stuck for us. They want to reach out because they need our help. It's a big fat no. We are the Empress. High value, high ticket, bitch. They mad at us because somebody don't want to fuck them no more. Okay, hold and tighten your walls up, bitch. You up here pouncing on everything all wide and loose. Hey, somebody like walls. Some people like grip, having a grip on them, okay? Some of us like that, okay? And bitch, y'all need to learn something about passion, bitch. Smushing your face all up on people, trying to all of this shit, bitch. Calm down. It's okay to suck dick slowly. It's okay to do that. You ain't gotta try to gobble the thing up off, okay, off the bone, off the rib, bitch. Calm down. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody OCD as fuck, imbalanced as fuck. They were used as a pawn. Somebody was used as a pawn, and they weak as fuck. Strength in the reverse. They did this against a Temperance in the upright, an Earth Angel, bitch. Philanthropy here. Eight of Wands. They panicking because they shit slowing down, creating conflict for an Earth Angel. Okay, we'll see how that works. Yeah, we're on assignment, bitch. What you do for work? What do you do for work? This. There are work, bitch. Okay, Emperor in the reverse and Aries. This somebody's father or ex-spouse or soon-to-be ex-spouse. Yeah, you're manifesting, creating. Ace of Wands in the upright. Ace of Cups in the upright. All things new, and they left with home conflicts. We're transforming Death in the upright into the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. A combination of legacy and inheritance. Eight of Swords in the upright. They ass going to prison right here. They ass going to prison. Spiritual and or otherwise, whatever the case, and they did it to themselves. Self-sabotage. See, this is prison, self-sabotage, trapped, and it's a bitch trapped up in their head. I told you a bitch finna lose it. Continue to follow your intuition and your heart here. You Nine of Pentacles, you did it by yourself. That's why these hoes can't understand, bitch. I will fight to the end to protect my shit. How you quit your account management job to do what? Throw cards? Yes, bitch, I found my purpose. I found my calling, at least part of it at that time. Yes, that's what the fuck I did. I had the balls and the courage to do something like that. I always knew, I've always been creative. Singing, dancing, writing, keyboard, clarinet, viola, lyrical writing, composing music, creative writing. They think I don't know that, because my stories and shit, like I would write stories in school and show them, and people would be like, you need to write a show, even in elementary school. Boy, this shit is good. What did you come up with? I mean, it's just me. Those transcripts and manuscripts are gone. Don't think I don't know that y'all done made shows out of my shit. Because if you know, then you know. My shits was good. Like, boy, you need to finish this story because, let's just say I Tyler Perry-ish type of deal, vibes or whatever. Not saying anything against him. I'm just saying that's where how my flow was. Even in elementary school, I ain't even got into high school yet, writing stories and shit. So it's that type of energy here. Well, let me get some more messages out. Close this thing down. It's like, man, they really dumb. They are really dumb. And I still want to know who the fuck raised these hoes. Let's see here. Oh, I just saw this in this deck. It's out again. Home conflict, 4 of Wands in the reverse. There's a lot of problems at home in somebody's household. Plethora of households. There ain't no peace. They may be working very hard trying to make it look like it's peaceful. Bitch, ain't no peace. These bitches are rattled. You see the moon in the reverse, they rattled because they scared as fuck. They know they starting to see the synchronicities now. It's over for them. And it's just beginning for us. And the nerve and the audacity for them to think and or believe anything else, ho. They'll show you how delusional these ragamuffins are. Home conflict. Meanwhile, we still following our shit, being led, guided. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's something about this polarity between fire and water. Here we go. We got the Chariot again. That's double time. You got 2 Chariot horses here, both in the upright. Oh, my God. 5 of Swords. Somebody gonna come and try to block you off here, willing to risk it all to win at all costs. That's why y'all losing it all. You ain't got no damn sense. What the fuck wrong with these? What egg did they hatch from? Okay, because they weren't raised. Propagated. I gotta look that word up. I can't do it now. Propagated. Okay. Manufactured. Yeah. Magician again. They was throwing a lot of spell work. A lot of spell work. A lot of it. And death magic too. That's why these hoes getting put in the dirt. And if it's not them, it's the people that they care most about. 2 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, yeah. Whatever hoes married, they getting a divorce now. Somebody walking out on them. They don't want nothing to do with these rat ass hoes. We got 9 of Pentacles again in the upright. Independent, luxurious, hermit in the upright. You're being led and guided with the light, okay? Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning. The time is drawing nigh. Yeah, you persevered. Everything is protected. Whatever they took, we getting back 30-fold times 10. And they're going into the motherfucking 5 of Pentacles. Poverty, bitch. That's what you get, ho. How it must feel to know they went through all of this shit to still get nothing. And more than nothing. Zilch, bitch. King of Pentacles in the reverse, he or she invested in all the wrong people, places, and things. They thought that we weren't shit, bitch. But the people that you invested in turned out not to be shit. And we turned out to be the shit, bitch. Eat that hoe. 3 of Cups in the reverse. All of these people that like to gossip and talk shit about us, guess what, ho? Y'all going into interrogation before you hit prison, bitch. They're on to you. Point blank, period. Run, 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 but you still can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Grab on. Sisters, grab on. So, Empress in the reverse, this, your mother and your father. Ain't neither one of them shit. And for me, when I say father, for me, I'm talking about my father brother. Okay? Not Papa. They're even energetically. Whenever he found out or knew about me, even if it was my entire life. And I believe this is why him and my grandmother got a divorce. She died when I was 3. And that's when the first inheritance came in. And my father blew it all on his cocaine. And I love that red sports car, though. I really did. I really did. That was a badass car. We drove from Chicago to Atlanta. Back when he was playing for Dottie Peoples and shit like that and living in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta's my second home. It always will be because I spent a lot of time there. Shit, that's where I was raped as a kid by him. And now California is my 3rd. Okay. But yeah, get ready for these blessings. Page of Cups in the upright. You're very high value. Highly monetized. 10 of Cups, even though in the reverse, even though you came from a toxic ass family, even though we are assigned to toxic ass communities and environments, This is why we went through the things that we went through, because we know how to survive in the trenches. So this is just, at this point, it's a nuisance for us, but we're on assignment, so we're going to do what we got to do. Queen of Cups, your sweetheart. I tell people all the time, I'm laid back, chill, cool, calm, collected, bitch, but I'm not ever pussy. So please, I'm telling you now, I tell people this up front. If I've seen them, if we've been around each other between 1 and 3 times and or more, but between that 1 and 3rd time, I'm letting you know, bitch. I'm cool as fuck. Usually it's the first time that we hang out. I'm cool as fuck. I'm chill. You know, go with the flow type of nigga. But I'm not pussy. Please don't try me on that. Please don't. And they always end up trying me on that. Why? I guess because I said that. I'm just letting you know in the door, like, what you're getting yourself into. I could be very that freak. I'm ordained to tap into that side and quantum leap out of it. I could be very much that. I got to be comfortable. The vibrant energy got to be there. And I got to feel safe. If none of those things align, guess what, honey bun? Ain't shit happening. That's why I have to halt that shit with this one. But no. And when I said halt, stop for a minute, still try to force. But you lucky I didn't chop you in the motherfucking throat. I got a handle on my rage now, so I'm not really volatile anymore to that physically. Energetically, bitch, that's a whole nother story. I'm a warrior. 5 of Cups and a reverse, choosing peace, moving forward. They better be glad that I chose peace. Really, not really though, because baby, I called in a tag team, my team, man. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you are so abundant. This wanna be Don Juan, all talk. You can't back it up, bitch. Okay, yeah, you got all that meat, bitch, but it ain't up. Bitch, you got all that meat, but you can't fuck, bitch. You got all that ass and you don't know how to throw it, bitch. What the fuck you mean? Sit down, ho. 6 of Swords, and they want to try and dominate somebody in the reverse, bitch. And this is why I'm not into that BDSM shit, bitch. I'm not starting out submitting to nobody. You got to prove to me, you got to earn that submission. It has to be earned severely, because I'm not a submissive person. I'm a go with the flow person. And I'm not a dominant person. My energy is dominant, but I don't like dominating people. I don't like that, because I don't like being dominated, bitch. But that BDSM, I'm not in for it, bitch. You're not finna dominate me. That's another thing. They had pulled my hands behind my back, and like I was handcuffed, bitch, and they had me pinned. They had me pinned, bitch. But I had them pinned by, I guess, but I gotta finish watching that shit. But yeah, 4 of Swords. Somebody being laid to rest. Or it's time for you to relax, relate, release. Okay? Yeah, Page of Pentacles. There's seeds that have been planted from here. From this. You've planted seeds. They're very strong, strength in the upright. You're very stoic. Leo energy. Shout out to my fellow Leos. And you're creating like a motherfucker. Ace of Wands. And you're inspiring others to create. Ace of Cups in the reverse. These bitches with these spiritual gifts that like to talk shit, they losing everything. Like, they ain't got no finances, no energy. They can't do nothing. They can't do a damn thing. This is, for all intents and purposes, sorry, not sorry. These bitches in this energy, they're worthless. They ain't worth a goddamn thing. As so above as below. The angels don't want them. The ancestors don't want them. The Most High don't even want them. The devil don't even want them because they couldn't fulfill the obligation. Queen of Wands, this old raggedy bitch in the reverse. Ugly asshole. High Priestess in the reverse, that's the practitioner. Equally ugly assholes. Sun, they're being exposed. I'm dropping the mic on that. Sun in the upright, yeah. They're being exposed. Okay, click like, share, subscribe. You know, until next time, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Let me see. It's 12:13 now. So I don't know. I might go TikTok live because this would be the time for Central and Eastern time for me to do a late night early reading. Okay. Because they about in the witching hour right now. Still got some time over here. So I don't know. We'll see what the Most High say. Until next time, y'all, keep your wits about you. Stay in your power. If you have to, let the bitches have it, okay? Okay? Do that. I love y'all unconditionally, even if I don't like you.